Hey everybody, it's Mindy, and it's Whip and Chat time. Look at that cute little face I have right there. Look at her eyes. We just about have eyes. A couple more drills and this eye's done, but isn't she cute? She's looking so cute. So today while we chit chat, I'm going to work on her bow. Yeah, the bow is mostly ABs and it's really cute. Yes, I don't know how I missed that little T way over there, but I missed a T. Huh. All right, well, we're going to work on this and we're going to chit chat a little while. Okay, so this is my Bella Safina that I'm working on for, let me turn my light pad on just a little bit. I need a little light. There, that's good, right there. That I'm working on for our Palentine event with Jenny and myself. Palentine 2021. It's all about friends, all about friends. And yes, of course, I have a friend story to tell you after I'm done with, you know, all kinds of other things I have to talk to you about. Because I have other things to talk about first. Yeah. Let me just start out by saying our 3 to 5 inches of snow we were supposed to get yesterday, it's more like 8 to 10. Yeah, there's a lot of snow out there. I have been out. I have shoveled the porch and the front steps, and that's about as far as I'm going. Dale needs to come home after work and work on the tractor a little bit. It's leaking some sort of fluid. He has to fix some gasket or something. So it's a good thing that neither Josh or I needed to go anywhere today, because I can tell you right now, my car would have a hard time getting out of our driveway. He has a track he made this morning, but that's about it. And yeah, so lots of snow. It's been quite the winter, hasn't it? Quite the winter. People in the south are completely like not knowing what to do with the cold weather, and places that are getting snow that don't normally get snow. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. For us up here in the north, this is just a good old winter. I mean, that's what I would call it. We haven't just had a really good old winter in a while. I mean, we've had plenty of snow this winter. We've had plenty of cold this winter. It seems like the last several years have been really, really mild. And, you know, I think it was just time that we in the north had a winter like this. So, yeah, I think it's long overdue. Long overdue. Anyhow, hopefully I'm not getting any mail today, and I'm expecting packages. That kind of stinks, right? I will not get mail. I don't even know if they will attempt to come down our street, because our street won't even get plowed for a while. And if they came down the street and they had packages, they would need to pull up into my driveway to drop them off, because they would not fit in my mailbox. And there's no way. There's just no way. One's coming UPS. Now, the UPS guy, I don't know. He could maybe get in the driveway, but I don't think he's going to try it. I don't know. Anyhow, they'll get here eventually. I'm not in a rush. Not like I need them right now. Yeah. Anyhow, there's that. So, this has been a great event, you guys. An absolute delight. Okay, I'm going to work on ABs, so I need to get them. Hang on just a second. Pretty pink ABs. Yes, all of the rest of that bow is ABs. See, we made a couple polka dots, and oh, except for this guy, you're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be in the container over there. Come on. Get out of here. Come on. Got stuck in my tray. Stuck in my tray. Now watch, I'll put it in here and I'll find one spot that I needed it, right? Of course. But it has been so much fun to work on this. I haven't seen Jenny in a while. I mean, of course, I guess I only see a little bit of hers. She only sees a little bit of mine. You only see a little bit of mine, right? Anyhow, I will see probably some more of hers today, because she puts her Whip and Chat out on the day that I record my Whip and Chat. So I'll probably get to see some of hers later. But you guys are just having a good old time with the Palentine event here. Lots and lots of posts. on Instagram with the hashtag, and I'm getting them in the Facebook group as well, and lots of comments on our WIP and chats. You guys, you're like having a great old time with this. I'm so excited. I know Jenny's thrilled too. You guys are really, really into this, and we're loving it. Just loving it. So keep it up, okay? Yeah, love it. So make sure you comment on this WIP and chat, because, let's see, today is the 16th. This is the WIP and chat that the winners for the grand prize will be drawn from this WIP and chat. So make sure you get in and comment on this one. Now, I will be doing a prize drawing at the end of this WIP and chat, and that's based off last week's comments. Yeah. So I hope you all got in and commented last week, because I'm about to draw a winner. I have an interesting thing with the prize for this week. I guess I'll talk about it a little bit later. I'm going to show you the prize because I'll just talk about it later. Anyhow, so make sure you comment. If you have not commented on Jenny's WIP and chat this week, make sure you go comment on her WIP and chat this week, because that will be where you enter for the grand prize with her. We're going to take all the comments from her channel this week and my channel this week, and that's where we will draw the grand prize winner from. We're going to number them all up and do a, like a random number generator and pick our winner. We'll announce that winner in a live on my channel Saturday, not this next Saturday, but in 2 Saturdays. I don't have the date in my head. Sorry, don't have the date in my head. Should have wrote it down, but I didn't. Anyhow, so comment on our videos, comment on our WIP and chats, and stay tuned for a prize winner from this week. All right, for this week, from last week. Follow along. Okay, good. All right, so there's that. I think that's everything you need to know right now for this event, I believe. Okay, real quick, let me just remind you, the Chuck-along is coming up starting May 1st. Get yourself a Chuck Pinson painting if you want to join along. And we will be having like an official announcement video, Maritza and I will, with all the details. I've kind of outlined it already, but we'll go over it all again. Just for now, just make sure you get yourself a Chuck Pinson painting. That's the most important thing to do right now. I did have some people say that, maybe it was too expensive on Diamond Art Club to get one. Check Hobby Lobby or Joann's. Somebody told me that maybe it was Joann's was clearancing them out. I don't know. Check those 2 stores. You can normally find a Chuck Pinson there. And you can use coupon there. So that makes it even more feasible for people on a budget. Okay? I hope you can join. I mean, I do. It's a lot of fun. And we have amazing, amazing prizes for that. Just saying. Okay? So, that's that. Okay, what else? I did my member giveaway. Yes, I have been in contact with her, and I will be sending her something, and I will be doing another one at the end of this month, beginning of next month. So, stay tuned. If you are not a member and that's something you're interested in, check it out. It's, below every video, there's a little join button. It says join. You can click on join and you can go see all the perks you get for being a member and, decide if it's for you or not. I have been posting some videos for my square drill members and some pictures for my round drill, and square drill. They get pictures as well. And yeah. Lookings for free. Check it out. See if it's something you're interested in. Okay. With that being said, I do have a couple of members I need to shout out, and I'm going to do that here real quick. Let me get my book so I can tell you who they are. All right. Let's see. All right. I'm pretty sure I've already shouted out Ms. Red Stilettos, but I'll do it again. Hey, welcome. And that one random crafter. Love having you around. And then Connie Roundtree is new to the channel. Ivy Y and Karen Lesna, something like that. Sorry if it's not correct or perfect, sorry. But welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for your support. I have recently bought a few things, and that's what that support helps, help support, that I can buy things to show on the channel. Some new companies and some new kind of products. So awesome. Thank you so much for helping me to do that. All right. Okay. I think that is just about all of the business. Oh, one more thing. And I've got to do this. I don't have a time frame for it yet. Sorry, no time frame yet. I have to go draw a winner on Facebook for our Facebook winner. We hit 1,000 members on Facebook, and we're doing a giveaway, and I have to go do that. I will get to that probably this week sometime. With all this snow and everything going on this past couple days, it's been a little crazy. Been a little crazy. And Valentine's Day, everything. Anyhow. Okay, so that's that. I think that's it. All of the important details. Yeah, all the important details. I think you got them. All right, so now I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about one of my, I wouldn't say oldest, but one of my friends I have known longer than any of my friends. Okay? I have known this friend for, well, let's just say about 57 years. Yeah, let's just say it. 57 years. Yeah. The day that I met my friend, I don't really remember. I don't remember it very well because I was 3. I was 3 when this friend of mine came home from the hospital, and my parents told me, "This is your sister." Yeah, my sister. I did know who she was. I knew she was coming, and I was very excited for her arrival. I was so excited because, well, I had named her. I did. I named my sister. Well, let me say, we all named her. I was the only child at the time, and I got part of her name. My mom got part of her name, and my dad got part of her name. We all had a hand in it, okay? And we all took our ideas and we pushed them all together and we made her name. So she really has like 2 names for her first name and then a middle name. But I got the first name that everybody knows her by now. I wanted a sister named Sherry. How I, as a 3-year-old, knew I wanted a sister named Sherry, I have no idea. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really remember those years, right? I mean, I've heard all kinds of stories about how excited I was to have a sister and that I was the one that wanted her to be called Sherry, and that's what her name is. I mean, that's her, the name that most people call her. Anyhow, I was super excited to have a sister. Yes, I was apparently a really good big sister. I, swooned over her and held her and took care of her and fed her bottles. And, I was a good big sister. Okay. I'd like to think I stayed a good big sister our whole life. And I still am a good big sister, But yeah, I was so excited to have a little sister who became one of my best friends, right? Now, I will say she wasn't always my best friend, because we're sisters. And sisters, have sister moments. And when we were younger, until I was about 12 or 13, we lived in a house where we had to share a bedroom. Yeah, it was a 3-bedroom house. My brother had a bedroom, my parents had a bedroom, and her and I shared a bedroom. Well, that is never really a great idea. You know, when you have children that share a bedroom, there are bound to be a few squabbles anyhow. And it wasn't a huge bedroom either. It wasn't, you know, super large. I remember my bed was always on the wall away from the door. Okay. She had her bed closest to the door and mine was on the opposite side of the door. Well, that made life difficult for me sometimes because when we would have one of our sisterly spats, I'll just call it spats, we would section off our room. And we would section it off with a jump rope. And we would lay a jump rope on the floor. And it would be like, this is my side of the room and this is your side of the room. And my sister would always think it was really cute because, you know, her side of the room included the door. And I was like, no. You got to give me a path to get out the door, you know. So and the closet, you know, I was like, you have to at least give me that access. So I remember many times this jump rope was on the floor. And I'd have to, you know, make sure I stayed on my side of the jump rope and I could get through the doorway. Barely. I got like, you know, a little causeway, I guess, to get through, to get out the door. Yeah. So, I mean, we did have that happen, right? We did. But we got along very well for the most part. There weren't a ton of arguments and fights, just, you know, every so often, because I think all siblings do that. But ours weren't really bad or anything. I remember we would play Barbies, okay? And to this day, we're like, yep, never had a Barbie house. We might have gotten one car, like one Barbie car eventually, but we never had a house. And it kind of really made us very creative because we had to make our own like living quarters for Barbie. We would make it out of towels and washcloths and little pieces of cloth that we had found that made hallways and things. And we would build a Barbie house with whatever we had laying around, you know. And then, of course, we'd make my brother bring his G.I. Joes, or eventually he had Johnny West. He had some of those dolls. And we made him come and play with us, you know, because 2 sisters, older sisters against him, he really had no choice. He had no choice. So he'd have to come and play Barbies with us, with his male action figures. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember those times like vividly of us all sitting in one of our rooms playing with the Barbies and our made up, you know, on the floor, ragtag kind of Barbie house. Yeah. Good times, right? Good times. Another thing I remember us doing as kids is we were performers. And what I mean by that is we would put on these little shows and we would like make skits, and some might be comedy or dance or some other, I don't know, weird thing we came up with in our backyard. We had a patio and we would do these little performances on the patio. I mean, we would like sell, not really for money, but we would sell our tickets to the neighbor kids and have them come to our little show. We did that a few times, and they'd come watch our little song and dance act and whatnot. Really kind of hokey and corny and whatnot, but you know, we put a lot of effort into it, and we thought we were the cat's meow. We thought we were fantastic. I don't know. And we had the neighbor kids would come and watch, you know. It got old real quick. We only did it, you know, 3 or 4 times maybe. I don't know. When we lived in the first house, I remember my sister. My sister was like, she was one that was always getting into trouble. She really was. I mean, if she watches this and she listens to this, you know, she's going to know that I'm right. She's going to know that she can't argue the point. I mean, so like she's the one who took a bag of rice and dumped it down the kitchen sink. Mm-hmm. Yep. She's the one who took flour and painted the kitchen cabinets with flour. She's the one who also took real paint and decided to paint the garage doors. Uh-huh. That's my sister. So I think I can legit say I was the good kid. I didn't do that stuff. She did. And I would just be like, I didn't do it, Mom. Nope, I did not do it. Anyhow, no. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about one thing we did, though. And this involved actually all of us. We decided that it would be fun to take all kinds of little pieces of wood and grass and little pieces of paper and stuff like that that we'd found in our basement. And we were going to light a fire in our basement. Don't ask me why we were going to light a fire, but we thought we needed to make a little fire in our basement. Not only did we think we were going to make a fire in our basement, we decided that we would do it underneath a desk. We were real bright, right? We were smart. Smart tarts we were, right? But we did. And apparently my mom, who was home, smelled it and came downstairs to see us, making this fire. Well, you know how well that went over, right? We could have burnt the whole house down. Of course we could have. Did we? No. Could it have happened? Maybe. I don't know. My mom was furious, just furious with us. And we knew we were in big trouble, right? Big, huge trouble. So my mom decided she was going to dole out her punishment to us, right? And she decided she was lining us all up in a row. And I know this sounds cruel and unusual punishment, but she found like a 2x4 that was downstairs. And she was going to use that 2x4 as a paddle and, paddle all of us at the same time in a row, lined up. Well, we knew we were in huge trouble. And we knew that we needed to act like we were in huge trouble. And when she wielded that 2x4, we knew we needed to squeal like it was the most painful thing in the world that was happening to us. Otherwise, she'd figure something else out. So that's what we did. And of course, we felt nothing, really, virtually nothing. But boy, did we act like we did, because we just knew that that was the best thing to do, right? Yeah. So those are some of the things you do with your siblings, Get yourself in a little trouble here and there. I remember selling candy. Okay, my dad, when I was young, my dad worked at a grocery wholesaler. And then eventually, through working at the grocery wholesaler, that's the place where they sell the groceries to the stores. The stores come buy their groceries for their store there. That's how he learned about a store that was for sale and bought his store. Okay. So we always had access to like candy, like the whole box of candy, like the whole box of Snickers or the whole box of, gum or whatever it was. I remember these long gums. They were about 10 inches to a foot long. They were round and these long gum. And they sold for like 5 cents or 10 cents or something like that. And we would buy it. My dad, he got us started, gave us a little seed money, and we bought some candy and brought it home to our house. And we would sell it out of our garage, of course, to the neighbor kids. We didn't have a store nearby. The closest store was, oh man, I don't know, a good mile away probably. And we just didn't have access to like a neighborhood store. So the kids in the neighborhood were like, yeah, cool. And they would come over and buy our little candy, our little gums and whatnot that we were selling. And then we'd have to pay my dad, and then we'd be able to get some more. Well, that worked really well. That was very profitable for a while for us. Until the day that I decided I was going to take some to school. and I was going to start selling my candies at school. That did not go over very well. I definitely got caught doing that and got told absolutely not. I got in trouble. And then I think our little candy business kind of went kaput at that point. My dad was like, never mind. No, never mind. Yeah, I think it was my fault. Anyhow, that was another fun memory with my siblings. My brother is 5 years younger than me. So most of the things I did with my sister. She's 3 years younger than I am, as I already said. But her and I were much closer just because we're both girls and the age and all that stuff. My poor brother was just the one that got picked on by us girls all the time. All the time. The things we did to him. Oh my goodness. So, then we got older and got to be teenagers. We moved to a new house. Had new friends. She made friends with neighbor kids at the new house. I didn't. There weren't a lot of kids my age. Of course, we moved out to the country from a little country sub. I call it a country subdivision where we used to live. It was like 3 streets. And then we moved out to a road that was like a mile long and, like a handful of houses on that mile stretch. And there just weren't kids there that were my age that I made friends with. And I was off to junior high and all that stuff when we moved there. So things changed when we moved there. But I, a few years later, got a car. I was able to drive. I would drive me to school. When she went to the school that was closer, I would take her to school too. But that was only like the last year of my high school time that I could do that because her school was much further than mine. So, but when we got to be teenagers, that's when things got real interesting because when we were, well, not teenagers. Well, yeah, teenagers. When we were teenagers, it was like the thing to do was to go to concerts. And this has been a topic of many people's lives lately and stuff like that. All the concerts that they went to. I went to so many concerts, I can't even remember how many concerts I went to. And I mean, we're talking these tickets were like cheap, $10, $20, and we would you'd go to the venue and stand in line the day the tickets went on sale and buy your ticket. Or there was a little store called Warehouse Records, and you could go into Warehouse Records and you could buy your ticket there. And we were always going to concerts. It was like all the time. Oh, new concert. Let's go here. Let's go here. And I must have had my car at that point, and I was the one that was driving everybody around and stuff like that. So, and it was always, a friend, another friend, me and my sister, her friend, my friend, whoever it was, who wants to go see this group, who wants to go see this band, and we would go to these concerts, I will honestly tell you that I was legal to drink at the age of 18. Not that I waited until 18 to do so. I didn't. This will be one of those things you guys will be shocked about. I know you guys all have this image of me, but when I was younger, things were different, you guys. A little different. I would hang out with my friends after the football game, during halftime. Somebody on the band was at least 18 in band and would, bring alcohol. We'd drink under the stands during halftime, after halftime, after we were done performing. There was a lot of alcohol. I mean, there was. Just at these concerts, there was. Oh, my goodness, you guys. Anyhow, that, it is what it was. It was the time. It was the 70s. It's what we did, I guess. I don't know. Just, I got it all out of my system when I was younger, And with my sister, we were known to have a few parties at our house. Like there was a couple times my parents had gone away. Like they went to some other state for something. I don't know, a relative died, something like that. And we had a party while they were gone. The one thing they said not to do, no parties while we're gone. Well, you shouldn't have said that, right? Because what we do, that's exactly what we did. Again, lots of alcohol. And random people would show up that we weren't sure who they were. They never got like out of hand, like police called or anything like that. I mean, we lived way out in the country, and it was never like, one of those out of control parties where there's just, 100 people there or anything. But occasionally somebody would show up that we were like, who's that? Where'd that person come from? Who brought them? We don't even know who they are. That would happen. But yeah, me and my sister, we did our share of that for sure. And then, I started going to community college. And then when she graduated from high school, she started going to community college. We're both now working at our parents' store. And we started having a few classes together. We were both doing like a business associate's degree, and we would have some classes together. We also joined a community college club. It was an economics club. We were supposed to be learning about economics type things, right? Well, there was a trip, like a conference type thing, which I remember none of, like actually what happened there, what we did, what we learned. All I remember is like taking taxis to go to a bar in Chicago at like 3 or 4 in the morning or something. It's like they were open till, whatever. And we all pile in a taxi and we take off and head to the bar and whatnot. And then we come back and somebody at the hotel was having a party in their room somewhere. It's just what people did at the time, Yeah. And I'm telling you, at that age, I consumed enough alcohol to satisfy that for the rest of my life. When I got older, into my 20s later, closer to 30, I was pretty much done with, any of that stuff. I was done. I was over it. It wasn't appealing anymore. I'd had enough of it. Definitely, for sure. But, to think that I did those things with my sister, not most people do those things with their sister, right? Yeah. So there's that. And, then we got older, got married. She got married. She moved to New York for a while. I got married, had kids. She had her daughter. She got divorced. Just life. But we always stayed close. Always stayed close. There's times, I guess, when, we're not quite as close, don't talk quite as often. We've usually lived close to each other, except for the time that she was living in New York. And that was for a few years. And I missed her terribly when she was in New York. We went to visit a couple times. And she'd come home a few times. But, that was like, no, why are you going to New York? Don't leave, But her and I have always stayed close. We can talk about things. She lived with me for a while when she was going through her divorce. Her and her daughter was very young, and they lived like in my basement. Yeah, so she has been like my best friend since, she was born, pretty much, And I've got to say that it's just awesome to have somebody in your life like that. I mean, her and I still talk quite often. We haven't been able to see each other as much, because of COVID and things like that. Health situations, trying to be cautious with, certain people's health and things like that. But, we still talk on the phone a lot, and we still are close, and we always will be, There's nothing that's going to change that. And I'm very thankful for that. So, do you have siblings? Do you have a sister? Do you have a brother that you're really close to? Or do you have a sibling that you wish you were close to? One that you've grown apart from for, whatever reasons life has handed you. It happens, But I'm very fortunate that we have remained close. And there's been a few times when we felt like we weren't as close, as other times, for sure. But, for the most part, we're pretty tight, And I wouldn't trade that for the world, you know? Absolutely. So, anyhow, that's my little story about me and my friend, my sister, my little sister. Yeah. And I'm still the good kid. I'm just going to tell you that. Yeah. They can't, her and my brother, they just can't even argue that. I got in less trouble. I mean, I wasn't perfect by any means, but I would say I got in less trouble than they did. Things like that. Anyhow. Yeah, go ahead. Try to argue that with me. Come on. If my sister listens. Okay. I'm going to go and we're going to talk about this giveaway because I'll tell you what happened here in just a second. Let me get it and then I'll tell you what the deal is. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. All right. So here is the prize. And does it look familiar? Yes, it does. So it is the same coloring book that I was giving last week. My winner last week lives in Australia. And so we have agreed that, you know, with shipping and everything the way that it is, I am giving her a prize through Amazon, okay? Instead of mailing her this coloring book. I'm going to take care of her through Amazon, all right? Perfect. So that means I still have this coloring book here to give to somebody, all right? I wasn't necessarily going to do 2 coloring books, but because I had this one, I was like, why not? I might as well give this one out as my prize for the week. So you'll get the coloring book and pencils. And then if you watched the last time, I'll show you that in a second. I found these cute little magnets that you can color with markers. And there's 2 flower magnets in there and you'll have that. And then I decided to throw in this, which I purchased from Pentastic Painters. And it's this beautiful cover binder. I got a couple things from them and I got one of these for myself, and then I got one for my giveaway. So I was going to start this week's giveaway with this and other things, but this is how it turned out, guys. This is how it turned out. You know, sometimes we just roll with what happens. So there's the prize. And, you know, there'll be some other stuff in there, you know, some little goodies that are surprises, because I like to send surprises. I don't want you to see everything, okay? All right, I'm going to get to my computer so that we can do the actual drawing for this week. All right, hold on. Okay, here is the YouTube random comment picker. And I have gone back and I have found the link to last week's video and I've pasted it right there. Okay. And then we're going to scroll down. We're going to filter out duplicate users. And I don't think we need to do anything else there except to get the comments. Let's get the comments for that WIP and chat from last week. All right, let's go ahead and get them. 75 unique comments. Awesome. All right. So now we come over here. There's all kinds of ads in this. We just have to ignore the ads. And we're going to hit start to find our winner for this week. Are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Look for your name. Oh my goodness. Seriously? How does this happen sometimes? Sue. Oh, wow. Okay, it's Suzanne Layden. All right, congratulations to the winner. Mindy, love your stories. All right, Sue, I have your address. I can send this to you. All right, you are one lucky girl. You win quite often. Seriously, wow. Okay, well, there you have it, you guys. Congratulations. And there you have it. Make sure you comment on this video to be entered into the grand prize drawing. Remember, it's a $50 gift card to Diamond Art Club. All right? Okay. Thanks for watching, you guys. Hit the thumbs up on the way out, okay? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.